Hey everybody, welcome back. We are in the garage again. I mentioned last time that the stereo really didn't have long in this thing, so we got a new one here. We got a Rockford Fosgate Stage 4. We're going to go over that real quick. This one's going to be a little different than the last time because I realized that recording all this stuff by yourself on an install is kind of difficult. So this is going to be a little more of just kind of overview of what all I'm doing, the stuff like that. It'll be a little bit shorter of a video. Just wanted to include a little bit of what I was doing, how I was running wires, stuff like that. So over here we got our kit that's in. We got the sub, the dash mounts, we got the control source unit, the different wiring harnesses, the 6.5-inch color optics, moto cans, the 6.5-inch coaxial speakers that go in the dash. This kit comes to be wired up top right here. I have a iPad that I'm going to mount up for different, trail mapping and stuff like that right here. So that's going to take the place of that, and it's actually going to have the source unit mounted right down here. So I think that'll keep it a little bit more out of the dirt and mud and stuff like that, and then I can still run the iPad for my GPS. We're going to go ahead and start breaking these boxes. I'll kind of do an unpacking here and show you everything that's in it, and then we'll get started throwing her all in. Alright, here is the good stuff. We have our in-dash speakers right here. Wiring harness for the rear speakers. Here's the rear 6.5 moto cans. All the hardware for those. We have our amp right here, and comes with a mount kit to mount the amp underneath the driver's side, up underneath the dash. This is actually one of the reasons that I ended up going with this kit. I'm a big Wet Sounds fan from water sports and stuff like that, but these are kind of the little things that really kind of made it nice, is having somewhere to mount your amp that's really nice and out of the way is a good plus for this. We have our color optics controller. That's our controller that I was showing you earlier, the sub with comes pre-installed in the enclosure, the wiring kit. And then these are the dash pieces that will replace the OEM ones. Back here is the dash mount kit that I won't be using. So this is what we got, and now we're going to start ripping this sucker apart. We need to take apart basically the whole dash, get rid of all the old speaker system. There's little speaker pods back here. I don't know if you can tell in the light. Probably leave those there just so I don't have a big hole in the back, but I won't be using them. We also have the door speakers that'll come out. That'll provide with a little bit more leg room. And then they recommend taking out this side panel right here. That'll just give you a little more access for when you're installing the amplifier and the mount. But other than that, it's just quite a bit of teardown. So we're going to get started on that. I'll probably throw in a few shots along the way to show you kind of progress and where I sit with everything. So here we go.
Always on go, feel like I'm never home. Pockets on swell.
All right, I got her torn apart here, got the dash off, got the driver's seat out. I did come into a slight issue because the previous owner put a turn signal kit in. So my mount for up here, I had to drill out a bigger hole for the horn button to go in, but it should work out just fine. Got all this taken apart so I can run the wires from the can speakers, which I have mounted right here. It looks like I'm going to just run the speakers right out of the back of here, probably down through here, around the back. We'll see what looks the cleanest. Just run it down through the back, through the console here, and then it'll come around here to where the amp will be mounted. So I'll check back in here in a second when I have a little more accomplished. All right, I got everything mounted now. Everything's back in place. All the wires are ran underneath the center console up into the front of the dash. Seemed like the best place to put all of it, as opposed to having it all wrapped up in this lower compartment right here. About to put in the source unit and get everything up here connected back in. That side's all done. I just need to finish the wiring before I put this panel back in. Alright, so the stereo is done. This is actually taking place much later because I realized I didn't get to film it once it was all done. So works out good. I can kind of give you guys a review on what I think of it. All of the speakers look fantastic. As you can see, now I have the enclosure on it. But the RGB lights in them work fantastic. The sub is obviously under the seat. Gotta say, I don't know if it's the stock tuning on the sub or what, but it doesn't seem to hit very hard, so I'm not quite sure why. It still sounds good, but not exactly what I expected. The actual control source unit here works great. Sounds fantastic. I know it's hard to tell. It goes up to 40. This is only at 40. Just for, I guess, comparison, we do a lot of road cruising. So if we're road cruising around, 50 or so miles an hour, I can usually keep about 20 to 25. I've noticed there's a difference if you use, say, Apple Music or Spotify. On Apple Music, 20 sounds fantastic cruising down the road. If you're on Spotify and have your phone all the way up, it's usually about 25 on the volume scale. So other than that, I love the stereo. Definitely worth it, especially compared to the cheap stuff that was in here before when I got it. But I love it. Wouldn't have gone any other way. I think if you're looking to get something in your unit, I think honestly these speakers in the back is what I'm hearing the most. So I think I might have, if I were to do it over again, I might just get bigger speakers for the back and start there, and then upgrade the front once I wanted to put a little more money into it. I think I think I would have been just as happy with that. I don't think it would have been a big difference because it's just so close to your head, especially at higher speeds. I think that's what I'm hearing the most. Now, just sitting around, if I'm doing slow trail speeds around 7 miles an hour, so I think it's pretty even throughout. The front speakers do a good job. I'm not trying to put them down by any means, but especially when you're cruising, I think those are the real winners back there. But anyway, I just glad I got to give an actual review on it. But I love the system. It works out great. The times I've had it, this is post Black Mountain, and they were great. They did a wonderful job. The cleaning up of them, not too bad. I was kind of worried, especially with the color optics. Once you get them dirty, I didn't know, if they would stain or anything like that, especially with some like red clay mud or anything like that. But they did a fantastic job. They cleaned up really nice. Even with the surround, it wasn't too bad. So overall, a great product. Rockford Fosgate did a killer job. Installation pretty simple. So would definitely recommend. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe the video. We got a lot more stuff coming out. I'm going to try and keep a video a week. They might not be, you know, anything super extensive, but just to keep content rolling out and seeing what we can put down for you guys. But I appreciate it. Thank you.